Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Latin America Show. My name is Enrique Gelista, and it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight with all of you. Well, you know now the country that we're going to talk about it. Well, we're going to talk about Panama. So before that, I would like to ask you to share this video with all your friends, with all the people that you know, maybe your family. It's very easy. Just go there to the Facebook area that is here, and it's saying share or compartir. It depends if you have it in Spanish or in English. But well, let's give us a like. Also follow our website, our page here on Facebook. Also, you can follow us in the different social networks. We are in Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and of course here on Facebook. Of course, if you know someone who is interested or they would like to come to participate to the Latin America Show, please let us know, send us a message. And of course, we would like to know, where are you now? Where are you watching us from? We know that we have people here in the UK, in the US, in Europe, in Latin America. Let us know. Give us a commentary here. Well, I can see that there are a lot of people now connected. Like, well, I can see that our friend at Bijit, Shane Antonio, who is saying greetings to everyone. Garen Dancy, hola a todos. Everybody's speaking in Spanish now. Liliana Beck, hola a todos. Hola los amigos. To the audience also, Isabela Catapano. I have another one. At Bijit, Panama at the ready, yeah. Burghust, I think so. It's saying hola, Sally Morales, Olivia Daimer. Thank you very much. Let us know where are you watching also. And of course, well, as I said before, sharing this video. If you're going to follow us on our YouTube page, that well is very easy to find us, is the Latin America Show. Please subscribe and put the bell there in order that, well, you know every time that we are uploading a new video. All the videos that we have produced and all the different countries that we have talked about before in the previous chapters, you can watch them then. We have talked about Colombia, about Mexico, about Dominican Republic, Brazil, Costa Rica, Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, so well, Cuba, well, we have talked about almost all of them. Of course, well, Guatemala, Honduras, well, of course, you can follow there. You can know more about them. So please just go there to our, it could be on YouTube or here also on Facebook. So, well, before we start, I would like to say hello to my friends, mis amigos, Whitney, Nuchereno.
Buenas noches a todos. Welcome to tonight's episode. I look forward to talking more about Panama and its beauty and a little bit of Spanglish later on and making Spanish simple. So stay tuned and learn 2 languages mushed into one.
Excellent, Whitney. Thank you very much. And well, on the other side, we have our friend Roger Alarcon. How are you, Roger?
Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this amazing program because we're going to talk about a lot of interesting things. So stay tuned.
Excellent, my dear Roger. Thank you very much. And well, as we said, well, we're going to talk about Panama. So, well, just we start as every time that we're talking about a new country with some of the quick facts. Well, so you can see that, well, I have here the flag. The name actually, well, we pronounce it like Panama in Spanish. And also it has an accent at the end in the last A. But, well, it's a pronunciation. I know that, well, in English it's Panama, but in Spanish it could be Panama. And well, the name, it has different meanings. And actually, well, I made a research about it and well, they are like some different meanings. One of them, it could be like, well, it means plenty of fish and butterflies. Another one is, it could be due a name of a tree that is called Panama. And that's the way that the local people, they used to call to this tree. Another meaning, it could be that is coming from Panamá. That, well, it was from indigenous language, which means beyond. But well, of course, it's like, you know, that sometimes they are like a lot of history, a lot of stories about the names of the countries. However, it's a fantastic country. And the flag that we have here, well, they have some representative colors and some stars. What do they mean? Well, the blue one means the Conservative Party. The red one, the Liberal Party. The white, of course, is the peace. The blue stars means the purity and honesty. And the red star is the authority and law. So, well, that is the basic ones about the name of the country and where it's located. Well, Panama is located in Central America. So, well, as you know, well, I think it's very popular to know the Canal or the Panama Channel or Canal de Panama that is very famous. So, well, it has borders with Costa Rica in the north and in the south with Colombia. And you can see that, well, we have, of course, two oceans. In one side, they have the Caribbean Ocean, and the other side, the Pacific Ocean. And let's go to some quick facts about Panama. So, well, the official name is Republic of Panama. It has a population around 4.1 million people. The official language is the Spanish. The capital is Panama City. And the three main cities that they have is, of course, Panama City, San Miguelito, and Arraijan. And also, the independence from Spain, it was declared the 28th of November of 1821. And from Colombia, they separated the 3rd of November of 1903. And the currency that they are managing or using is the US dollar. The area that they are covering is around 75,000 square kilometers, or that is similar to 29,000 square miles. And just to have an idea, it could be the size of Czech Republic. It's bigger than Ireland in size. And it could be like around the 31% of the UK. What are the main products that they have? Well, of course, they have a lot of refined petroleum, passengers and cargo ships, coal-tar oil, bananas, and gold. But of course, well, you know that, well, also we are going to discover tonight a lot of different things from Panama because, well, also Panama is a very high producer of pharmaceuticals, electric machinery and equipment, footwear, and also it's a fantastic city that you can go there and you can enjoy. And the main reason that, well, we would like to enjoy the city is because, well, we have one of our guests is the ambassador, that she is Natalia ROYO. She's the ambassador of Panama here in the UK. And the other guest that we have is going to be the Deputy Minister of Tourism of Panama, DENISE. And of course, they are going to tell us not only about Panama, but they are going to tell us also about how fantastic is this place in order that you can go and you can enjoy it. And before that, I think so we have a video, Roger, because Panama is open. So let's go to the video, my dear Roger.
We are here, blessed by nature, the land that once emerged to change the world's biodiversity, separating oceans, uniting humanity, where scientific minds have fed from for centuries. Here, we watch, listen, and learn to adapt and share, to understand the true nature of respect, the same nature that thrives as the world prepares for the new normal. This is our natural normal. We are here. Ever since we changed the world, we are prepared, and we will be here to change yours. Panama, discovered by nature.
Well, definitely it's a fantastic place to go there. And well, of course, well, I would like to say, first of all, thank you very much to Natalia ROYO. She is the ambassador of Panama here in the UK. So good evening, Natalia.
Thank you so much, Enrique, and the rest of the group, Yvonne, for organizing these things. I think it's the best way to know a little bit about Latin America, and in our case, about Panama. As you mentioned, this month is very special for us. We are celebrating our national month with the separation of Colombia and the independence of Spain. So I really appreciate that you convene us at this moment in our history. I would like to start saying that Panama is a land bridge between the Americas. It emerged 3 million years ago, united North and South America, and is a major link between the world's two largest oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific, only 80 kilometers apart. So we have a privileged geographical position, being a convergence point. Just to have an idea, we have people from all over nations coming to Panama, so we are a multicultural country. And we have 67% of mestizos and mulattoes, 14% of Afro-descendant, 10% of Caucasian, 6% Amerindian, Native American, and 3% of Chinese and other culture. We were the place chosen to construct the first interoceanic railroad and the chosen place to construct the Panama Canal. So Panama Canal, as you know, is one of a wonder of engineering and the 8th wonder of the modern world. It unites both oceans, as I said before, and it connects 144 maritime routes, 1,700 ports in 160 countries. Our airport is one of the best connected airports in Latin America. It has the highest number of direct international flights. We have flights from Netherlands, Italy, France, Spain. We are also, according to Forbes and International Living, Panama is one of the top best places to retire worldwide and one of the safest countries in Latin America. Since October 12, Panama is excited to once again welcome our international travelers. We have received the Safe Travel stamp by the World Travel and Tourism Council. We are complying with all the global safety and hygiene protocols. It is in this time of social distancing, I think that nature breaks have become very important. So Panama is a great opportunity to travel and to get to know these wildlife experiences. One example of this is Panama Green Palenque Resort, considered by National Geographic one of the world's best green hotels. And just to have an idea, Panama is 40% of our territory is rainforest, and 30% are protected areas. Furthermore, 70% of our population live in the city, in the major cities, Colón and Panama. So the rest of the territory is full of nature and unpopulated. So it's a very good place to get in contact with nature. Our country is home to 222 mammal species, 226 species of reptile, 164 amphibians, and 125 animal species found nowhere else in the world. This is the reason why a Smithsonian established in Panama, in a little island called Barrio Colorado, to do research 80 years ago, and we have a biodiversity museum constructed by the architect Frank Gehry. Only in Panama, we have more bird species than in the United States and Canada together. And we are one of the few countries in the world that host humpback whales from both the northern and southern hemisphere. Not only we are rich in biodiversity and fauna, but we also have 7 indigenous tribes. They protect their habitats and traditions with their own laws and political systems. So we are with the central government approval. So this is an example of tolerance and respect. Our country is home of 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 2 of them recognized by their cultural heritage and 2 of their natural heritage. We have Panama Viejo, founded in 1519, is the oldest European settlement on the Pacific coast. And we have Portobelo and San Lorenzo, which is a military fort built by Spain on the Caribbean side. We have Coiba National Park, we have Darien National Park and La Amistad National Park. Before finalizing, I would like to add that we pride ourselves for being the first country in the whole continent to ban single-use plastic bags to try to curb pollution in the beaches and help to tackle what the United Nations had identified as one of the world's biggest environmental challenges. This commitment to our culture and sustainability is also reflected in the Panama Tourism Authority. Today, we have the company of our Vice Minister, DENISE, who will tell us a little bit more about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was really wonderful to get an overview about Panama. And I have a question actually that I'm sure many are wondering about the indigenous people. I know you mentioned that there were 7 specific tribes and that they have their own traditions. What are some of their traditions and customs that have impacted Panamanian culture as a whole and not just those particular indigenous tribes?
Well, I think it's interesting to know that we have our archipelago of 365 islands where the Cunayala tribes, indigenous community live. And they have become like kind of they call it a comarca that is like kind of independent they have their own laws, their own customs, own traditions. And we really respect them. It was a process of them becoming kind of independent, but at the end they achieved this situation and they make these marvelous molas, which are some fabrics on top of the other with several colors, and they use instruments from the sea and to come out with this kind of fabrics that are marvelous.
Oh, wonderful. And those instruments, are they used in other, like, is it just in like their own music and celebrations? Are those instruments used across Panama as well that they've constructed?
Yes, they also do so many things with these molas. So they use for dress. You have like shopping bags. You have it for so many uses. But they are very full of color and it's something that is very special because let's say that it's a unique place where we have this kind of artisan fabrics.
Perfect, thank you.
And one question is like, how is the relationship that Panama has with the UK? How close is that relationship?
Well, we separated from Colombia in 1903, and we established relationship with the UK in 1904. So we have had very good relationships since then. And I think it's interesting to know that we have a place in Panama called Portobelo, where we received since Christopher Columbus, who was the one who named the place Portobelo. So that's how you know that he was from Italian origin, even if the Spanish will get angry at that. But we also received the Edward Vermont, the Admiral Edward Vermont. He defeated the Spanish in a war in Portobelo. We have privateers or pirates according to the Spanish or according to the English ones. We have Henry Morgan, who sang our country, the old Panama. And we have also Francis Drake, who they say that he was buried in the Portobello Bay. And they have had so many expeditions until recently. They haven't been able to find the coffin, but it's buried in the Portobello Bay.
And talking about, for example, the commercial trades and everything, because, well, as you said, Panama, I think so, it's a key country in order that we can exchange products from Asia, coming from Europe, and also exchange it with North and South America. So it's like a hub of all the ships that they are coming through, well, just to cross from the Atlantic to the Pacific or vice versa. So it's like, and commercially, what are the main products or the main services that Panama exports to the world?
Well,
or to UK?
Well, to the UK, a lot of fruits and sea also products of the sea, shrimps and fish, but basically I will say that even if we haven't developed it as much as other countries, we have the best pineapple. I have tried in Mexico, in Costa Rica, and so many other places, and we really have the best pineapple of all Latin Americans. So I think it's...
You're breaking my heart, Ambassador, now, because I feel now bad because I'm Mexican and I haven't tried the best pineapple in the world.
My husband is Mexican and he really admitted also. So.
Okay, so well, let's go to Panama to try them. Yeah, if also, well, they are saying that's fantastic. And yes. Actually, it's like, how big is the community here in the UK? Is it a big community? Is it a small community?
Well, we have like around 500 Panamanians in the UK and Ireland. We have a lot of students to come and go. So it's like a more itinerant community. But they really appreciate the studies in the UK. So we have a lot of scholarships, and we have achievement program, which is developed by the UK government. And the Panamanians, you have to have good grades to come. So we really have a very well-prepared community in the UK of students and other people that are also working in the UK, but basically the students.
Excellent. So, well, I think so that actually we have our second guest, and I don't know if you want to introduce her. No. So the deputy minister, but well, over to you, Natalia.
No, you can.
No, yes, please.
Well, thank you very much, and Denise, for being with us today. For us, it's like having a little bit of Panama in the UK, basically with the pandemic, that so many Panamanians haven't been able to go back. Now we are starting to visit our families, but having Denise is like having a little bit of Panama with us. So Denise, you can have the floor.
Thank you for having me today with you guys. Thank you, Natalia, for make this possible and being today in the Latin show and talk about our small but beloved country. Natalia and I have this passion for our country, so we are very proud to talk about Panama with you today. Our vision as a country is to be recognized as a world-class sustainable tourist destination, thanks to the richness and the diversity of the natural and cultural heritage we have. This is why, under the current administration, the Tourism Authority of Panama has a team that is committed to develop the Sustainable Tourism Master Plan to 20,000 to 2025, based on a roadmap, as we want to appeal to the adventurous, conscious tourists. One who, in addition to enjoy our attractions, learn about the history behind each of them and differentiate us from other countries in the region. a tourist who also appreciates such heritage and contributes to its conservation and protection. We are a city of skyscrapers, cosmopolitan, immersed in a neotropical forest, the only country in which you can visit beaches on the Pacific Ocean at sunrise and on the Caribbean at sunset, both on the same day. We own a diversity of ethnicities and cultures, which make us unique. We have native Indian communities that inhabit virgin forests, Afro communities on our Caribbean coast, and Spanish descendant communities, each one with their dances, costumes, and traditional gastronomy to offer visitors. We are privileged to manage a dollarized financial system, making us a country with great advantages and the investment level. We are a highly connected country, having both air and maritime hub, unique in the continent. Our Panama Canal shortens this and is a key part of world trade, and Tocumen International Airport is the most connected of the continent, in addition to our international banking center. We are waiting for you in Panama. You may come to enjoy tourism with distances and the open air, maintaining all biosecurity measures that the current situation demands. Our sanitary and safety protocols have international standards, which is why the World Travel and Tourism Council, WTTC, has granted us of the Safe Travel Seal, positioning Panama as a safe destination when vacationing, investing, or business traveling. We have reinvented ourselves and we are prepared to receive you and make your visit to Panama a unique and unforgettable experience. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like a fantastic place to visit, and actually it's like one of the things that, well, we have the opportunity to watch in the images, this kind of mixture that Panama has, that, well, you can see that, well, of course, the old Panama, the new Panama with these skyscrapers and this fantastic city that looks like for a movie. And of course, the nature and the beaches. And well, yeah, now we can see the old Panama and everything, and all the beaches, all the weather. And I think so, well, it could be like a good destination. And also, I think so that, well, something that is very important that maybe we can highlight is the part of the islands.
We have
well, people they can go there, right?
Yes, we have several. It's just this city. To get into the city is amazing because, as you mentioned, in a small territory, you have the old quarter, a colonial pristine city, very well kept. We have our Panama La Vieja, and also this very modern and cosmopolitan city. In the front, facing to the ocean, and in the back, our national parks that conserve the rivers that feed the Panama Canal. So it's a very nice place to live, work, and visit. About our islands, we have 4 important archipelagos. We have Gunayala Archipelagos, which is located at the east of the country, in the northeast of the country, in the border with Colombia. Archipelago of Bocas del Toro, located at the northwest of the country, in the border with Costa Rica. And also we have the Marine National Park, Coiba, as a centerpiece has Coiba Island, with a lot of recognition because all the research that was made by, for example, a Smithsonian Tropical Institute, more than 100 years doing research in all the country. And also in Golfo de Chiriquí, at the also southeast of the country, in the border with Costa Rica, Golfo de Chiriquí, where is located the 3 eco-luxury lodges that, as Mrs. ROYO just commented, was front page magazine for National Geographic as Palenque Resort, or either Isla Secas Resort that was in special magazines, travel and leisure magazine, as Rock Reports of Force magazine.
Also, when I'm watching these images, it's like, well, it's like, I feel really sad being here now because, well, it's like, it looks like a paradise. And actually, I think it was like the set, as we were talking before with Whitney, that, well, it was some of these islands, the set of Casa de Papel or Money Heist,
Yeah.
right? So
Exactly.
for people that they watch that series that is in Netflix, that fantastic beach, that fantastic island is
Yeah.
Panama.
In season 3, at the beginning of season 3, for all of you Money Heist fans out there, that's where you find Tokyo and I forget Rio at one.
Okay, oh my God, the fun is coming now. Yeah.
Yeah, the fun's coming. No, but
fan.
you know, it's obviously everyone has seen it. So imagine this wonders. It's just entirely beautiful. When I watch it, I really want to be there.
Well, something good about Panama also is that no matter what time of the year you come, you will enjoy our dry season and our rainy season. Because if in the Pacific Ocean or our Pacific coast, we have in rainy season time is the best time to enjoy our Caribbean and our beaches and island in the Caribbean. So you are very welcome to come. And no matter if it's rainy season, just the rain will be an adventure in our tropical forest.
Yeah, and actually something that, well, we have seen is that, well, people, they have the opportunity not only to enjoy the paradise, but also see this fantastic nature that they have, well, that you have in Panama, like, for example, the whales. Is there any particular season that people, they can enjoy just looking the whales?
Between July up to the beginning of September, we have our whale watch season. Right now, we are in the turtle season. A weekend ago, I was in the south of Veraguas province over Mariato Coast, and I visit a research laboratory that they have this special project to protect the small turtles. Also, we have, just in that video that you have in the screen right now, where people is at the top of the volcano. This is the highest point in the country. And for that particular place, during the sunrise, you are able to see the Caribbean and the Pacific at the same time. So it's a small country with a lot of action, a lot of adventure. Green is everywhere. In that point, at some point, you are facing Pacific, and then you see the Caribbean, the Bocas del Toro Archipelago. So it's amazing. This special part has a special interest for research. And it's the reason that you find a lot of biodiversity and ecosystem just in one national park. So we are very proud of the country in terms of touristic attractions and biodiversity that we have. And we have not too much hotel rooms out of the city. We have more rooms in the city, close to the Tocumen airport and our more important ports in order to receive cruise ships. But we have enough of sleeps marinas. So people that come also to visit Panama by a mega yacht or a yacht experience also have enough place in order to enjoy our country. But if you are visiting Panama, a good recommendation for a week program will be to come to the city and be able to visit our canal, our old quarter. You can have and enjoy our gastronomy in every corner in the city. We have different restaurants with a spectacular gastronomy. In 2017, Panama was granted by Unesco as capital of the creativity for gastronomy and culinary arts. So that makes us very proud because all that special recognition was just about the restaurant in our own water. So also we have a wonderful national parks right next to the city, where you can do bike park, you can do canopy, you can do bird watching. We are very country with a high recognition for bird watching activities. So like Natalia just commented, somebody who enjoy ecotourism and activities in the open areas, this is a great country to visit.
Actually, it's like and also you're very worried about the environment, and I think so that is something that we just need to highlight. As Natalia, also the ambassador, she was telling us that, well, of course, all these plastic bags and everything. But also I think so that Panama is making a lot of efforts in order to maintain this kind of safe environment, or just to create a good environment for anyone.
Well, we have to protect our most precious our most precious and important activity for the country, that is the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal depends on water. The water became from our rivers. So the conservation for us, of the conservation of our forests is very important, because that forest keep the water for the canal.
And
so
also,
so conservation also help us to make the tourism activities and the conservation guarantee us ecotourism activities, which is very important for communities all around the country.
And in that way, Deputy Minister, I can tell you that, well, I have seen now a lot of commentaries, and apologies that I cannot read them, all of them. I can see that they are just passing, but well, I can assure you that, well, there are a lot of people planning to go to Panama now, and I can see that all of them, they are very happy and excited to have the opportunity to go there soon, because also, well, all the beaches and everything, and of course about the molas that we were talking before, I think so it's a good experience. And also there are just a couple of questions like, well, is there any particular places that you would recommend to stay?
Yes, I can recommend you visit Chiriquí, where we produce the best coffee on the world, according the last action for the coffee trades. Panama have the most exclusive cafes called Geisha Coffee. Also, you can enjoy our Golfo de Chiriquí and our mountain that has Tierras Altas and also Boquete. Also, I recommend you to visit our Azuero Peninsula. If somebody likes surf, we have worldwide very well recognized surf, a good reputation for surf, is located in Azuero Peninsula, but also we have a lot of traditions and color, because it's the home of where women work in La Pollera. It's our traditional custom, Panamanian custom. So then, of course, the city. This is the Pollera, and it's all handmade, and it's in the Azuero Peninsula. So, and I also recommend people to take a multi-destination trip. When we from America go to visit Europe, sometimes we choose 2 or 3 countries. So from London to the Americas, there is a direct flight into Costa Rica. And then you can visit also Costa Rica and Panama.
Well, Deputy Minister, everything is amazing, and it's really important to highlight this to our audience in English here in Britain, because your level of sustainability on the tourism is impressive. I know it's really important, but can you comment a little bit more about the sustainability? Because obviously now these days, all the tourism want to know, they go to a place where they taking care about the environment.
Yes, our strategic goal is to position our country in a new economic model based on the research, tourism, and conservation. If we promote the research, that is gonna generate knowledge. And this is gonna push us to conserve, to do things in thinking in our next generations. This creates a sustainable economic model. Because the most important thing is people want to come to visit places where they can learn, they can enjoy, and they don't want, maybe people would want to visit a museum, but if they can come and live the experience, take a scuba diving in our reef, our magnificent reef, where we have endemic reef that you only can see in Panama, or see butterflies endemic from Panama, or also birds that you only can find in here. That will be an experience that helps you to grow in terms of knowledge and in terms of, so here is Panama for give that to people that visit us, an experience that makes you a better person.
I would like
wow, that's amazing.
I would like also to add that in the Paris summit that we had some years ago about meeting with all the leaders, all the countries of the world about to discuss about the environment, Panama became the leader in the protection of forests. So we will continue on that direction, and it's good to know that the next world meeting will be in Glasgow next year. That is called COP26, and Panama will have will continue in this role of protection of the environment, which is our main objective in this new government and in this new era that is approaching.
Well, that could be fantastic to know more after that date. If you can just tell us like the highlights, and of course you're very welcome to come to the show and just give us any update that maybe could happen here in Glasgow, and also inviting people if they want to go to Glasgow, yeah, that maybe they can join and they can know more about it. And well, of course, if we're talking about Latin America, there is something that, well, you said that you have the best pineapples in the world and you have the best coffee in the world. And I would like to know about food. What is the main dish from Panama? Because of course you have two oceans.
Well,
80 kilometers apart.
Fried fish, we have a good pargo, red snapper, that you can have with rice with coconut. But also traditional Panamanian dish is arroz con pollo, rice with chicken. And then we have a very nice soup made with chicken and root, like the potato, what we call ñam. So saying that is just a sample. Again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to spend this time with you. As I told Ambassador ROYO, if we have the opportunity, maybe in another program, I would love to share with some special tour operators from our country and talk more about the kind of different experiences that you can have here in Panama. The pandemia make us closer through the Zoom and all those platforms that we have. So thank you again. I have to go back to my duties, but I really enjoy to have time with you today, guys. And you are very welcome to Panama.
Well, of course, now I don't know actually if just to feel happy or just to cry after all that images that we're here in London in a winter. But of course, it's something that we need to plan. And I would like to say thank you very much, Deputy Minister Denise Guillen. That well, it has been a pleasure. And of course, this show is you are very welcome to come here with tour operators. We would like to know more about the experiences, about the different activities that people they can do there in Panama, and also maybe how many days they have to stay. Of course, how much is going to be the budget that they have to plan. That particular things that I think should be very interesting. But thank you very much for being tonight with us.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Denise.
And I think so now, Roger, now can we put the correct video about Panama is open, please?
Yes.
Let's go to just a quick video.
It's time to reopen. The city. The beaches. The mountains. The tropical rainforest. The land that emerged millions of years ago to unite two continents and change the world's biodiversity. It's time to reopen Panama, home of your next trip, where we'll make sure you feel safe at every step along the journey, starting from the airport, where travelers can either provide customs with proof of a negative COVID-19 PCR or antigen test done no more than 48 hours prior to departure, or do the rapid test upon arrival. We also require that everyone digitally signs a statement agreeing to comply with all government-mandated measures. Once you get here, we'll ensure that you continue to be safe during your stay. Mandatory measures like social distancing, wearing a mask, and temperature screening are enforced at all airports. Transportation services will be promptly available to take you to your hotel. Drivers will be wearing a mask, and passengers will be required to wear one too. At your hotel, reception areas will have physical separation barriers. Touch-free payment via tap or app will also be available. Lobbies and waiting rooms will be cleaned 3 times per day. Elevators will be cleaned and disinfected every 2 hours. Hand sanitizing stations will be available in every public space. Room service will also be available for all guests to promote safer dining options. And when you venture outside, Panama will be in all of its glory, ready to change your world just like it changed the planet many years ago, with tropical rainforest covering over 40% of the country, where animals you'll find nowhere else live. Beaches overlooking both the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific that can serve as your next breathful photo background, or as a venue to a life-changing encounter. And breathtaking culture rooted in modernity and tradition, respectful of earth and nature. And you can do it all safely thanks to limited capacity tours and mandatory mask mandates. So pay us a visit soon. Your friends from Panama.
Well, I think so that is a fantastic video about all the different actions that Panama is taking due COVID, and I think so that can ensure that, well, it's a place that we can go there and we can definitely enjoy. And also, Ambassador, I think so that, well, we have a lot of people that, well, they have commenting and, well, they are telling us many things that, well, of course, the protocols that they're really good. Of course, they are sharing about the popular music that basically salsa, reggae, tipico, and also, well, they were asking what is the currency that, well, is the US dollar. But I would like to ask you, because something that is also important is the Carnival. No, they have a carnival, very interesting.
Yes, we have a very interesting carnival that we use a lot of water in the carnival because we have a hot weather and it's a tropical weather, and we throw water among the people. So you even use the fire systems to throw water to the people, and the people dance and dance and dance and dance. That's what they do.
So we can say that this is happening most, well, sometimes it could be February, March, no?
It's February, normally it's in February. And it's a really, I think it's a very disconnection of your normal duties. So it's a very interesting thing to see.
Yeah, and well, we know that the weather is not a big issue as well. The deputy minister, she was explaining, and also you, because well, it's like this season is basically the same one most of the year.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about the carnival, maybe they are another kind of festivities. And in a normal environment, what kind of festivities or how do you celebrate November? Because I think so November is a very important month for Panama. Do you have a lot of different festivities, parties, or how do you celebrate?
Well, we have an important march where there's all the schools of the city, they prepare the whole year to bring music to the whole in the whole area of Panama. They cover going from one place to the and ended up in the presidential palace to give homage to the president. But they prepare the whole year this marvelous music, and they march through the whole city. So it's a big event for all the schools in Panama.
So I'm gonna put you in a difficult question now, because well, we know that the weather is not an issue, and also well, they have these festivities. But well, which months do you recommend for people here in the UK to travel to Panama? Because maybe they could be like the best time that you say you're gonna enjoy nature or carnivals or something. Which could be?
I think Christmas is one of the best months. January, February, March, because it's our dry season. But I have to say that personally, I love the rainy season, because you have, and I suppose that English people are used to rain. So maybe they're looking for the sun, but it's not the rain that it lasts all day long. So it's a rain that maybe you have a storm, it takes maybe half an hour, and then you will see the sun again, and maybe later you will have another rain, and it's tropical rain. So I really enjoy it. You smell everything. It's marvelous. Everything becomes very humid and very colorful and very, you can smell all the nature. And I like when I arrived to Panama, I feel that the jungle is inside the city. So you start listening to the birds singing, and this is when you realize that you are living in the jungle, but in a city. And as you've seen in the images, you're living like in Miami, but you're listening to the jungle the whole time.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people, they compare like Panama, the new Panama, with Miami. Well, it looks like
Miami or Singapore, but you're in the jungle. You listen to the jungle, you see the sea, you see the humpback whales from the city. So it's something very special, yeah.
And actually, well, as you were saying, that well, this kind of rain is it's refreshing. It's not like a terrible, because it's warm, and also you can be outside and maybe you get soaked, but as it's coming the sun again, you get dry. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it actually sounds, so I've been in Florida a bunch, and it sounds like the rain that we get like in Florida in the US, because it'll just like downpour for 20 minutes. I know, because I used to do tennis out there at the camps and stuff like that. And then it'd be like glorious for the rest of the day. And I'm sure that's partly why it's so lush there, because of that rainfall. It's heavy, but it sounds like it's very similar to that of Florida as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, and it's marvelous because you can see also like the clouds forming, getting dark, and it's very, and also because, well, now we suffer from these last hurricanes, but Panama is a area free of earthquakes and normally of hurricanes. So we are like more inside the land, so we are not suffering from hurricanes and earthquates.
Yeah, because normally the hurricanes, they are a little bit higher, well, in the more as the north part of Central America to North America. Yeah.
It's interesting to know that the Panama Canal was constructed in Panama because we are free of earthquake. Nicaragua was the one who was the favorite of many senators in the United States and in other Latin American countries to construct the canal through Nicaragua. But they have that year a stamp with a volcano erupting. So it's very interesting that that stamp was the one who was used by the Panamanian negotiators to construct the canal in Panama.
Oh,
so we were very lucky. Also, we have 80 kilometers instead of 360 kilometers in Nicaragua. So it was a big advantage. But the earthquakes, being an area free of earthquakes was a big issue.
Well, that's very interesting, and also, well, it's very useful, and it's impressive seeing all the ships crossing this canal. So, well, it's like if people they have the opportunity to go there and to see how they are passing through one stage to the other one and to the other one, I think so. It's a very good experience to be in that fantastic country. And what do you miss about Panama, a part of the pineapple?
What do you know? Sorry?
What do you miss? What do you miss from Panama?
From the pineapple. Well, the birds singing. Yes, really, like the jungle feeling of nature. And even if I have to say that I arrived in London a year ago, and I am amazed of how English people love their nature, how they protect their parks, how they take care of their flowers and their trees, and this is something that well, we Latin Americans, I think we really appreciate, because I think that nature is one of the more important things that we miss. Like you feel nature all over, and cascades, water, and it's something that is really special of our country.
And also, I think so that, well, we have spoken that Panama as a place for holidays, etc., but also it's a very good place for business, and actually for conventions and everything. So I think so Panama offers this kind of financial services and facilities across the world.
We came out with this law that is a law for multinational headquarters. And due to that law, we have 159 multinational headquarters based in Panama that they operate regionally from there. And we also have, they're located in these places that are like the places that they were returned when the United States handed the canal to Panama. It was not only the canal, but it was 75 kilometers of an area next to the canal where all these headquarters, multinational headquarters are basically located. And we have also the City of Knowledge in that area of Panama, where they concentrate a lot of UN headquarters that also operate regionally from there. We have universities, and
So I completely understand why someone would want to visit Panama, work in Panama, study in Panama, but something that you mentioned at the very beginning of your presentation, and I've heard this before, why retire in Panama? Aside from, I mean, there are a lot of good reasons here, but you mentioned retirement. So what sets it apart for someone who's planning on retiring?
Well, I think that because we have very good doctors.
Oh.
We have very traditionally we have doctors who are raised who study in Panama, but they have a lot of connections like internationally. So they're very active in participating in Congress, in international Congress. So we have been like traditionally considered a place good for medicine, which is very important when you become old, and also because you can enjoy. Like the city is very easy to move. It's small. It's a small city, so you have a lot of facilities and nice weather. You have shopping malls, which are easy. You can find anything that you like, and you have well-provided supermarkets with products from all over the world. It's a very international place. It's easy to even when the Pope arrived to Panama 3 years ago, he was amazed to see the synagogue, the mosque, all the religions helping with the visit. So it was a very special thing to have in a small country so many different religions, cultures, ethnic groups. So it's like feeling like the same feeling that you have when you go to London, when you go to New York, of a multicultural place and easy to belong.
Yeah.
So
And the best
so
part with
it's
the
a good
Latin
place to
America,
retire.
and also the best part is with the Latin American spirit, you know,
Yes.
with all this party flavor, and of course the way that well it's like you make them feel like that they live there, that they are
Welcome.
not tourists, that
They
they
are
say an
not,
experience.
yes. We all feel that we come from different places and that we had a place there and a home there. So people really get along very well. There's a lot of tolerance among religions, ethnics, and it's a special place for that.
And I can feel that. Thank you. You've just convinced me to put Panama on, not the visiting list, but on the retirement list.
That can be.
I'm just
It's
intrigued,
even-
I'm just intrigued to go and try the pineapples, honestly,
Yes.
and the coffee.
You
Yes,
will see.
I'm just intrigued with that
You
part.
will see.
Yeah.
Just for the pineapple, nothing more.
Yeah, the canal
No,
is not
but-
important. Yeah, the pineapple.
But imagine Latin Americans feeling being in an amazing place. We take care of the nature and these amazing images with amazing tolerance and culture. Well, it's just I want to go tomorrow there. Can I?
No, we have a very interesting history of the construction of the canal. That it was first constructed by the French, that we still have the place where they start constructing, and how we start gathering people from all over the places, the Caribbean, China, from many other places. They came for the construction of the canal. So it's a place where you find people from all over the places and they feel Panamanians. You ask everybody, where do they feel? And they will always tell you, I am from Panama. And you will see people from different ethnic groups saying, I am Panamanian.
Yeah,
So-
and also, well, the only thing is that we need to wear the hat, actually. That is very popular too. you know?
Yes, yes.
It's an interesting one, but yeah, it's like, yeah, it's very popular. That well, it's like, I know that well, some other countries, they get a little bit jealous about that one,
Yes.
but Panama became popular, that hat, and everybody knows that is the Panamanian hat, no? But
Yes.
Yeah.
well,
It's a Panamanian hat.
yeah,
It is
yeah,
a
exactly.
Panamanian hat.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. We got to say that's become popular for them. That's it. Yeah, it's okay. And just
That was
one
because
question.
the President Roosevelt came to Panama and he wore the Panamanian hat. And that's why it became famous all over the world as a Panamanian hat, even if it was made in Ecuador.
Yeah.
But we also have our original Panamanian hat that is called El Pintao,
Yeah.
and it's part of the intangible UNESCO heritage. So we also have our Panamanian hat.
Yeah, just that well, everybody to get like
Yes.
feels happy. That's well. It's like
I won't take
there is
every
a
credit to
Panamanian-
Ecuador.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't want any issues with any other country. It's okay. But I think so that you are highlighting something interesting. And normally in this show, I used to tell people that well, they can put in their list of countries that they should visit. And I think so the good thing about Panama is that as you highlighted, it's a small country that has a lot of diverse things to do there.
Mhm.
So instead of, and well, I have to say, but well, if you go to Mexico, you need a lot of time commuting from one place to another one. You need to take airplanes, etc. And here you have the facility to go and to enjoy food, weather, nature, a city that it could be with skyscrapers. So if you like the city, you have the city. If you like the old city or the ruins or the history, you have the history. If you like nature, you have nature. If you like surfing, you have the opportunity to go to surfing, etc. So it's a very good destination that actually I would recommend. That, well, this picture, if you see it like that, the previous one, it could be more like people, they would believe that it's like similar to Hong Kong or this kind of cities that they have full of skyscrapers. But well, I think so Panama offers a big diverse of different opportunities that, well, it's like people, they really can enjoy it.
Yes. And as you can see in the images, the city has been moving. But every city, let's say the 3 cities in Panama are very well preserved. And you can have the idea of how the time has passed, coming from the old and then the colonial that is intact as they used to live. And then you go to the modern city that is like the one that you see in the pictures that is more Miami type. But you can have the sense of moving from one city to the other in the same area. So it's very interesting to start from the old part and going through the whole path.
Yeah, actually, here we have Mariluz Martinez that she's saying it's safe, diverse, cheap, the location is great, and people is kind. So it's like, yeah.
Thank you so much.
God, so well, it's like, yeah. So it's a fantastic place. So well, it's like.
One thing that I think is important to know, that even if I repeated before, is only 80 kilometers from one side to the other. So you can be in the Atlantic, swim in the Atlantic, and in the afternoon you can swim in the Pacific. And that's something that you can only do it in Panama. So only for that, I think is worth it.
I love that.
Yeah, you can
and the idea, yeah, and the idea of watching the sun rise on one side and watching it set on the other. I mean, so you have to watch it rise, swim, drive across, swim, watch it set, right? With some people in the middle, correct?
Exactly.
Making sure I'm listening well.
It is.
So I think it has been a pleasure having you here, Ambassador Natalia, and of course, as I said before, also to the Deputy Minister. This is your show. You can come whenever you want. You can provide us more updates. Now that all this event happened in Glasgow, we will be very flattered if you share with us, or if you want to come here to invite people, or just to give us just like oversight about what happened there. And of course, continue following up as also the Deputy Minister. Maybe we can create more programs talking more about the traditions, the food, of course, the carnivals that well, we have to talk about it, and specific places or specific activities that people, they can do there and they can enjoy it. And also, as Whitney said, for retirement, it's sometimes that, well, sometimes we don't see it like very, well, we see that like very far, but we have to consider that, well, it could be like a fantastic place. And actually, I'm thinking that, well, for this lockdown, it should be amazing working from Panama, stay there, yeah.
And it's very well connected. We have so many flights, so to all over the world, direct flights. And I said, we have become a hub, a connectivity hub with our airport. We have a very good airline, which is Copa Airlines. And well, I have to say that when I arrived in November, I started conversation with different airlines, British Airways, Virgin, Norwegian, and they were very enthusiastic about having direct flights from London. But then the pandemic came, and who knows what is going to happen afterwards with their airline industry. But it's definitely a place that, even if we don't have direct flight from London, is very well connected. And I would like to say that all the people that want to retire to Panama, they are welcome in the embassy, that we can give a lot of information and support and friendship. So we are there to help.
Excellent. Well, so thank you very much, Ambassador Natalia Arroyo, Ambassador in the UK for Panama. So thank you very much for being tonight with us.
Thanks to you for letting us share a little bit of our country.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, because we learned today and we showed to the public the beauty of Panama.
Thanks, yeah.
Excellent. So, well, I know that we have a lot of commentaries. Thank you very much. Mauricio is saying congratulations to the ambassador Natalia. Of course, we have people that they are interacting. They are a lot of not questions, I think, so commentaries that people that they have their own hat, and of course, people that they want to enjoy the cigar and also being there and trying the coffee. They are talking about the reggaeton also. That they are talking about the connections and also that you can go from Colombia, from Bogota to Panama in 1 hour. Well, as I said, they have good doctors, US dollar. So, you don't have to start exchanging a lot of currencies, different currencies. The city is very modern. Yeah, the canal. So thank you very much to Sally. Apologies if I don't say all the people that they are sharing their commentaries now, but Shane, Mauricio, Tatiana, Avijit, Liliana, Mariluz, Yvonne, it's like there are a lot of people. They are like some people from Panama also that I can see here. Some people, they are, Tatiana, she's advising, for example, there are no direct flights from London, but you can go to Panama with one stop. And also you can use Iberia, Lufthansa, KLM, Avianca, or any other airline in North America.
Air France.
So Air France. So yeah, November is the month of Panama. There are a lot of commentaries. Lily Martinez, thank you very much for all your commentaries. So there are a lot of different commentaries. So thank you very much. Follow us, share this video. Maybe there are more people interested in Panama. So it's very interesting to know about these different countries. Also, yes, I know Abhijit, he's sending me a message that, it's like, there are some countries in South America that they are having some football matches. And it's supposed that you, Abhijit, should, I don't know if you sent me the message. You didn't send me the message because you told me that you will send me the score or something. But it could be nice. And if you can send me just the score to update the audience. But now I think so it's time to go with our fantastic Spanish teacher, Whitney Nuchereno.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, teacher, is the time to learn. Yes.
All right, let me just get this set up. All right, welcome everyone to Making Spanish Simple, but we're not going to do a ton of Spanish for Making Spanish Simple tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about, scratching the head, I know, Panama. And since we talked about Panama tonight, and it was our first episode talking about Panama, we're going to go through the kind of Spanish you might hear on your next trip to this beautiful destination. So the first thing that one may notice about the Spanish of Panama is that the Panamanian accent could remind you of the Spanish of some of the Caribbean. And many Spanish speakers in Panama and in Spanish-speaking Caribbean can sometimes cut the S off from words. So if you were to say a simple sentence like estamos en la tienda, we're in the store, it could be known as estamos en la tienda. It just depends on where you are and who's speaking. So sometimes you have the aspiration of the S. And that's in other countries too. Sometimes like coastal regions of Peru and Ecuador, Chile, Argentina. Sometimes even, I know this is Latin America show, but for any of you who've studied Spanish from Spain, like I have as well, in Andalusia and the Canary Islands. So another change that's observed in Panamanian Spanish is the substitution sometimes of the sh for words containing a ch. So for example, a word like a muchacho among the can also be pronounced as muchacho with the sh sound. So you could be prepared to hear that. Now the register, we talk about register every time we introduce a new country because register is the way that you address people. Like we've established, when we speak English, we just say you. And the way that we address people formally and informally is the use of like other words to make a scenario more appropriate given the person that you're talking to. So in Panama, you can say, you can use tú, vos, usted, and obviously ustedes, which is the plural for you if you're speaking to more than one person. And the voceo is the voz, and although it can be mutually, exclusively used in some countries in the Southern Cone, such as Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, in several countries, one of which is Panama, both the tu and the vos are used. So one doesn't necessarily replace the other. So the language spoken in Panama has been shaped obviously by the country's indigenous native languages, and we've talked about the indigenous people earlier on and their contributions to Panama. But also it has been heavily influenced by English as Spanish has been in many areas, particularly in the US as well. So some even refer to Panamanian Spanish as Spanglish to show how much of an impact the English language has had on the Spanish spoken in Panama. Now, beyond that, the language has bits and pieces of many other cultures, of course. Panama City, as we've established, is a port city near the canal, and historically and currently, it welcomes lots of foreign traffic. And it's just a logical effect that global citizens passing through Panama leave a linguistic and cultural footprint. So tonight's episode is going to be a little bit different because we are doing purely slang. And there are two types that we're going to review. The first is more Spanglish and the other is just regular slang. So without further ado, we're going to move on to the next page. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So this is.
Should I correct? So Whitney, should I correct? Let's go to the slang section with Whitney instead of the Spanish teacher. The slang teacher. Wait. No?
I'm mixing it up because, you know, when in Panama, we're going to talk a little bit Spanglish. So here's a perfect example on the image up top. Keep tranquilo and habla Spanglish. You have a little bit of both. And sometimes that's the case, like when you're speaking and you just throw a word in English instead of using it in Spanish, like hoy voy al mall con mis amigos, or Spanglish can simply be words from the English language that are slightly modified in the Spanish language. And that's why we call it Spanglish, a mixture of Spanish and English. So, all right, the first one is fren. And by the way, take a look at this list, and anyone in the audience who knows a different Spanglish word that's not on this list right here, please put it in the comments, another Spanglish word that you've heard or seen, aside from the ones that you see on this list. These 6 are the only ones I'm going to go over tonight, as they're ones that are huge in Panama. It's known as slang and Spanglish slang. So here we go. Fren. So Panama has had, as we know, a deep and complicated relationship with the US. As early as 1846, back when Panama was still a province of Colombia, and we established it got its independence in 1903, the isthmus went under direct control and protection of the US government. And this remained the same throughout most of the 20th century, thanks to the creation of the Panama Canal and the posterior need to protect it. Now, because of this, Panama's culture is clearly influenced by that of the US, including its idiom, of course. So fren, the first word, is a clear example of this cultural exchange and can show us how the US culture left an undeniable impression on the Spanish language, or Panamanian Spanish. So fren, meaning amigo, is a word derived from the English friend. So for example, you could say, no puedo enojarme con él, es mi friend. I can't get mad at him, he's my friend. Or you could say, friend, no te preocupes, que todo va a salir bien. Don't worry, friend, everything's going to be all right. So that's one of them. Tripear. Okay, apparently we say this in English, tripping. It's derived from the English word tripping, which means to enjoy something deeply in a Panamanian slang. So this is an example, of course, of US influence on Panamanian Spanish yet again. So you can say, I don't use this verb, but I guess I would say, esta música es tan buena que te va a hacer tripear. Like, this music's so good that it will really make you enjoy it or trip in. The next one, chopear. Okay, so as I talked about very briefly, the CH can make a sh sound. So actually we would pronounce this as chopear or hacer compras or comprar, which is to shop. So because of the CH sound making a sh, that's why this is unique to Panama, because everyone else might see it as chopear, to chop, and it's not, it's chopear, to shop. So quiero chopear, por ejemplo. I want to shop. Okay, I don't know how they'd say it, like el guy or el guy. I don't know because I haven't heard this one. This one, someone told me, but it means the man. So or the guy. So it's pretty blatant. You could say el guy tiene una barba negra. That guy's got a black beard, something like that. And then chinongo is chewing gum. I think just because of the way it sounded, but it started, instead of saying chicle, some people might say instead of tienes algún chicle, it could be tienes algún chingongo, which is some chewing gum. And then the last one, anyone who lives in the UK should recognize this immediately. Una pinta, it's what you think, it's a pint. So if you're ordering beer in a bar, you don't necessarily have to ask for una cerveza, but you can request una pinta and you'll be completely understood. So, and then lots of episodes, I like to find the slang for beer, like una birria or un polo, and there's lots of others I'm currently forgetting. And so this is the slang / Spanglish slang that you'll use for that. So aside from this list, what are some other Spanglish words that I haven't mentioned yet? Please throw them in the comments and what they mean, and we'll go over them in a few minutes. And before we do,
teacher, you already have one.
Put some. Yeah.
Yeah, you have one very good one.
What?
He says,
Which one?
whopping. Whopping. It's like a WhatsApping. No, give me a whopping.
So
what's happening? Like what's happening?
So I've heard that WhatsAppear, Googlear, like, but that's actually, it is Spanglish, and it is used not just in Panama, but all over the place. The last time I was in Spain, everyone was like, WhatsAppeame. So
yeah.
It is.
Also, I think so that in that way, if we're talking about that one, they are putting like, for example, Googlear, no, yep. That is a Googling, no?
Yeah.
So but they are like doing Googlear, but also el lonche. No, that is something that, well, also in Mexico, they use it a lot, no? Like,
we're students right now. All right.
Well, that's happening. Okay. Well, but it's a lonche. Actually, when you were saying something interesting, it's like, well, for example, the pronunciation of the register that they have, for example, you were talking about muchacho.
Yeah.
It's something similar that happened, for example, in a particular state in Mexico, that is Chihuahua, that also we spell it with CH. They say Chihuahua and they say muchacho. You know, all the time they are pronouncing it that way, but it's particular that state in Mexico. So the rest, it doesn't happen, but in that one.
And it's not limited just to Panama. That's a very good point. Okay.
Yeah, and I think so that one that you said chingongo, also, yes. It's like, well, for us, it could be completely, I don't know, I will understand another thing, I don't know, Royo. Yeah. My slang is like,
I don't know, because now, friend, vamos a tripear con una pinta.
Yeah, and they are talking now, for example, la troca, as you were asking for words, la troca, no? What else they are saying there?
No.
Parquear.
I know. Okay, so we're going to put our microphones on mute because that's my section. I'm going to get to that. Don't worry.
Sorry. I thought that you were asking to interact. Okay, well.
And I'll go back and read them later.
Sorry.
That's okay. No. But I want to get to that later in 1 minute because I want to give people some time to think. And Facebook's always late, like a minute. So just give me 1 second. I'll get to it. I promise. Okay, they're trying to rush me. This is what they're really trying to do. All right. And then last but not least, it's heard on the street. Okay, so here are some that are purely slang, but aren't necessarily like Spanglish at all. And this is what you would hear on the street probably anywhere you go in Panama. So one of them is inchi pinchi. So speaking of friends and a friend, inchi pinchi stands for like best friends or inseparable friends that practically follow each other around or with each other all the time. And the US version of this is the BFF, best friends forever. So you could say Camila y Miguel son inchi pinchi el uno con el otro. Or you could say, Elena y yo somos inchi pinchi, siempre estamos ahí para ayudarnos. Like we're always there for each other to help each other out. So that's inchi pinchi, like BFFs. And then we talked about food. We talked about arroz, but arroz con pollo, like chicken with rice. So we have For example, now this technically translates as rice with a hat, but it's a food plate that consists of a portion of white rice with a fried egg, sunny side up on top. So this is just slang because it's just a way of saying it. And you could say like, tengo ganas de comerme un arroz con sombrero. Like I really want to like have this dish, or, you know, I'm in the mood for arroz con sombrero. And then we have seco con Baja, which seco is a traditional and popular Panamanian liquor, and I don't think we got into that tonight, but it's an alcoholic beverage distilled from sugarcane, and it's also known as seco herrerano, and the Panamanians like it mixed with cow milk, thus the name seco con vaca, but they pronounce it seco con Baja. And then ahuevado, although this word can have a negative connotation, and again, taking a risk here, the word can also be used in a friendly manner as well, such as calling your friend like bro or dude, or like you say way in Mexico or tío in España. And that's another one. And then a few more before, oops, 1 second. Okay, vaina. Now, this word is not exclusive to Panama, and I'm very aware of that. Normally it's used to fill in blank spaces in conversation. So it can be used commonly like cosa, or refer to a lot of different things. And it's appeared in, for example, like Colombian Spanish, Venezuelan Spanish, and its use is really similar, which just goes to show how Caribbean cultures are strongly related to one another, at least the Spanish speaking ones. So you'll hear it in those as well. So you could say, ¿Podrías hacerme un favor y pasarme la vaina esa? Can you do me a favor and pass me that thing? So it's another way of saying cosa. And it can have a negative connotation, but that's okay. We're not going to get to that. Okay, last two. And then we're going to go over the slang very quickly. Puro tilín y nada de paleta. I love this one. So it technically means all bells and no popsicle. And it's a saying for a person who says that they're going to do something and they don't follow through and they don't do it, or claims to have something and doesn't, like a pretender of sorts. In English, or at least in like American US English, we say all talk and no action. So for example, if you were to say, Pedro no hizo nada de lo que dijo, es puro tilín y nada de paleta. That's Pedro didn't do anything he said, he's all talk and no action. And then last one is buco, which is a lot. And this is a fun word to find in Panama because it's actually derived from the French word beaucoup, which means a lot, like beaucoup de ça, beaucoup de, je sais pas, nourriture, all that. And so it means the same when found in a Panamanian Spanish conversation. So instead of saying like mucho, you would say buco. So if you were to say like te gusta eso, buco, instead of mucho. Yes, I like it a lot. So now going to the comments, well, we heard some of them like lonche for lunch, buco, vaina. Okay, I'm seeing all of these. La troca, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I don't know that word, but we're gonna go back to that. Rentar, I love it.
It's from truck, yeah.
Oh yeah, troca, of course.
Yeah, it's from truck. Yeah.
Nice, I didn't know that one. Parquear instead of apacar, or estacionar, to park. Googlear, I love this. Okay guys, now help me out.
Here they put the one that it could say like I think so Shane put que chopa.
Yes, que chopa.
Yeah, like what's up, no?
Yeah.
Que chopa.
And
que chopa.
There's a lot. There's a book I have. It's on my shelf. I can't reach it now, but next time you do Spanglish, I'll show you. It's called Se Habla Español. And when I was studying in college and doing my senior thesis, this is what we talked about, like immigration, identity, and also how it impacted, particularly in the US, because I was studying at US University, and this was very impactful on our culture as well. And Spanglish, and how it has like formed this whole new language. So one of them is like vacuum cleaner, but you like spell it like Spanish, you have the accent on the I. So it's really, really interesting. So
also, I don't know if you can see here the commentary from Gary Dancy
yes.
about puro tilín y nada de paleta. She said that the UK variant is all talk and no trousers. And she said, I have no idea why, but that's the way. Yeah.
That's the way to say it.
I totally I love when that happens, when something you get that is taken totally the wrong way. But okay, you all learned something tonight for sure. If you would like more Spanglish or actual Spanish, come see other episodes, obviously, or go to my website and subscribe. I'm going to add some content really, really soon. I'm getting lots of subscribers, so thank you. And from there, you'll have access to my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And now feel free to interrupt me.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Enrique, at least we wasn't the bad of the class today.
My students, it's so funny. You want to jump in. I love it, but sometimes it's like, I'm in teacher mode.
You know, teacher, you know what I like one? The inchy pinchy. I like that one.
I didn't think of that one. I mean, some of these I'd seen before and read before, but yeah, no, this is really, I love doing the slang because I learned some things too. Well, apparently from our guests as well. I love it.
The good thing is Enrique and I, we wasn't the bad in the class today.
Okay, I'm
well, we were like doing things that we shouldn't. We start reading the commentaries and we shouldn't. So like now she told us off, but well, it doesn't matter. So it's like, Whitney, please, the spoiler. Come on.
Oh, wait a second. I don't even know what we're doing. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Colombia. No, not Colombia. Espera. What are we doing? Yes, Colombia. Right?
Yes, and so why you're saying no? Yes.
I'm planning episodes because I'm working with you guys on episodes for February, so it's hard to keep my head straight on next week when you're thinking Colombia, everyone.
Yeah. So it's okay. So it's like, thank you very much. So it's like, first of all, thank you very much for all the people that they are making possible this show. Thank you to Yvonne Velasquez. Thank you for all the team, for Ariadna Sobrera, who's in Mexico. Thank you for, of course, Adrian Garcia, that is the music that we have. And we're going to have soon Adrian Garcia here. So we're going to have some music. So I'm spoiling myself now. So it's like, I shouldn't say it, but we're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm not the spoiler. I'm not the spoiler. Good.
I know, but thank you very much. Thank you very much also for all your commentaries here. It's like, I have here the score that, it's like Abhijit passed me the score for people that they want to know is Ecuador 2, Colombia 0. And on the other one, we have a score that is Venezuela 1, Chile 1. And that is the football matches that we have now. And that is the latest data that I have here. So, thank you very much, Whitney Nuchereno.
I'm reading the comments. You guys are funny. Thank you, guys.
Okay, that was a quick one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
No, good night, everyone. I will see you next week for Colombia. And thank you so much. And by the way, if there's something that you want to learn in Spanish, throw it in the comments or just throw me a direct message or to the one on the show. And I will definitely do it. I know I like to personalize things to the country and sometimes even the theme, but I would love to hear feedback on what kind of Spanish you'd like to see in some of the upcoming episodes. So thank you so much and have a good night. And I'm done talking.
Thank you very much. What is saying that? Do we have Discord? What is Discord? I don't know.
Discord. That's a new word. Instead of the score. It's
Discord. Discord.
Yeah.
So it's like okay. So over you, Royo Alarcon.
Well, thank you very much to everyone who tuned up to see this amazing show. We talk about an amazing country. Please just put it in your list. I want to go there. Yes, and then the next time we'll see.
Thank you very much, my dear Roger. And of course, I would like to say thank you very much to all the people that they are like sharing their commentaries. Thank you to Natalia Arroyo. She's the ambassador of Panama here in the UK, and also to the Deputy Minister of Tourism of Panama, DENISE, and of course, all the teams that they are supporting them, and they've made possible this show. Also, Shane, Antonio, thank you very much. It has been a lot of fun with all the commentaries that I have seen here. Apologies if I haven't read your messages, but well, Sally Morales also, I think so it's the first time that you are here and you're saying that you are enjoying it. Thank you very much. You know, every Tuesday you have the Latin America show is from 8 to 9:30-ish, because always we are like just extending the show. But thank you very much, everyone. So remember, my name is Enrique Gelista. The Latin America show is every Tuesday, 8 p.m. London time, here on Facebook. Thank you very much. Have a good week.